in, while auto body number 29 out of Neshannock Station will be Ryan Krachin.
And lining up alongside of Georgetown from right here in Georgetown, driving the Clark Swimming Pools, number 91, Carson Wright.
Third row inside out of Boyertown, the Terry Fosnock Conestoga Valley Custom Kitchens, number 2A will be Mike Gooler.
And lining up alongside of Gooler out of Boyertown, Pennsylvania, driving the Green Lane William Penn, number 117, Kevin Herthler.
Fourth row to the inside out of Saratoga Springs, New York, the Benson's Pet Center, number 2, it's the Ginger Ninja, Jack Lehner.
And starting in the 8th spot out of Ole, Pennsylvania, the Don Grebe Construction, number 33, Loudon Reimer.
Row 5 on the inside, he was a winner here in Mid-Atlantic Championship weekend in the small block modifieds. Driving the Vinny Salerno, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, number 4 out of Walden, New York, the Orange County track champion, Anthony Borrego.
And starting scratch, the New Egypt Speedway track champion in the Izzy Trucking and Rigging, number 26, the Ringo's Rocket, Ryan Godown.
Heat number 1 for the Millman's Napa Auto Parts Modifieds. They're 4 wide in turn number 1. Down the back straightaway, Matty Ice will grab the lead, and his nearby neighbor, Ryan Krachin, will run second.
Stangle and Krachin getting away from the field there on the first lap. They'll be 1 and 2. Gooler taking up the chase. Anthony Borrego on the charge. Borrego diving under Herthler for 4th already.
Heading down the back straightaway now, we've got Gooler up the 3rd. 4th spot charging down the back straightaway. We've got a hot and heavy battle. Into the turn, Carson Wright working out of the corner.
Through 1 and 2 and down the back, Stangle extending his lead over Krachin. Gooler slowly reeling Krachin in, but he's got Borrego coming strong. Borrego hot on the run here. He had a win here at the Mid-Atlantic Championships.
Down the straightaway, Anthony started in the 9th position, and Anthony Borrego is already up to position number 4. 3 laps into this qualifying heat race down the back straightaway now. Borrego battling Mike Gooler. They'll go side by side into turn number 3. Halfway this time for your leader, Matt Stangle.
Borrego in that 4th spot. He is all over Gooler as he's run him down. Herthler back in the 5th spot. Reimer is 6th. It's all Matty Ice right now. He leads it. It'll be
working down the back straightaway now. Borrego is putting all kinds of pressure on Gooler. Gooler has held off that challenge for now. Here comes Anthony working off the corner behind him, Kevin Herthler, and then the 33 of Loudon Reimer. Ryan Godown and the Ginger Ninja, Jack Lehner.
Godown coming a long way as well. He's up to 7th and looking to get into the top 6 now as they charge down the back. Here is the 2 to go sign. 2 laps to go for Matt Stangle, followed by Krachin and Gooler holding off Borrego as they go into turn number 1.
Stangle continuing to lead the way. Krachin continuing to run in the number 2 spot. Battle for 3rd continues between Gooler and the 4 of Borrego. Borrego to the outside of Mike Gooler. White flag, 1 to go. Meanwhile, we got a battle brewing here. Kevin Herthler now battling Loudon Reimer.
Gooler driving the wheels off that 2A as he holds off Borrego. Borrego's throwing everything he's got at him as he looks to the outside again, coming off a 2. Here's a checkered flag for Matty Ice, Matt Stangle.
Stangle will win. Krachin will grab 2nd. 3rd spot will be Gooler over Borrego, followed by the 33 of Reimer and the 117 of Kevin Herthler. Your winning driver is the number 6, Matty Ice, Matt Stangle. No doubt about the winner. Runner up to the number 29, Ryan Krachin. 3rd to the 2A, Mike Gooler. 4th spot will go to the 4 after starting in the back row, Anthony Borrego. 5th, the 33 of Loudon Reimer. Top 5 will go to the redraw. So Loudon Reimer getting that 5th and final redraw spot. Here's your lineup for heat number 2 for the Millman's Napa Auto Parts Modifieds. Pole position, driving out of Sprakers, New York, in the Hallmark International Bart Contracting 44, it's Stuart Friesen.
And out of Horseheads, New York, driving the Outlaw Speedway number 5 star, that is Tyler Seary.
Starting from 3rd, he was a winner of the Mid-Atlantic Championships here 2 weeks ago, driving in the Craig and Leslie Ponda CNS Equipment BDR Speed Shanks Carpentry number 6 out of Pipersville, it's Danny Buck.
And lining up alongside of Buck out of Milford, Delaware, Delaware. Driving the Watson Realty Group, Sullivan's Landscaping number 1J, that is Jordan Watson.
Starting fifth, driving the Edis Catering, IG Burton, L&W Insurance number 30, out of Milford, Delaware, H.J. Bunting.
And out of Pittsgrove, New Jersey, in the Tuckahoe Turf Farm 0 car, that is Neil the Wheel Williams.
Starting from seventh, driving out of Covington Township, Pennsylvania, in the Millman's Napa Auto Parts sponsor number 84Y, Alex Jankowski.
Then from Shannock Station, New Jersey, driving the Halmar International number 43, the sensational one, Jimmy Horton.
Starting from ninth, the 2022 New Egypt Track Champion out of Montgomery, New Jersey, in the Grosso Homes Yarrows Paving number 32, Brandon Grosso.
And out of Freemansburg, Pennsylvania, Tom Solderich is in the 28. He will start last. There they come off of 4, racing.
Charging into turn number 1, Millman's Napa Auto Parts Modified Heat number 2 takes the green down the back straightaway. Friesen grabbing the early lead. Watson now battling Jankowski and Siri down the back for position number 2.
Danny Buck holding on to the final redraw spot off the corner. Here comes Jordan Watson on the charge. Watson on the outside of Siri. Siri making a rare appearance here. They are wheel to wheel. Siri gets a great bite in turn 2 to hold them off.
Tyler Siri making a visit. He likes to go traveling late in the season, making a rare visit to Georgetown Speedway. Battling now with Jordan Watson and Alex Jankowski off the turn. Here comes Danny Buck.
Jankowski's got Danny Buck on the inside of him. That's a 4-car battle for second as Jordan Watson side by side with Siri finally makes it stick as he went to the inside that time, and now he'll set his sights on Friesen, who's out front.
Watson getting by Siri. Siri now battling it out with Danny Buck, who got by Alex Jankowski. Danny with the Wegner Weekend Warrior 427 motor under the hood, now battling into the turn with Siri. They'll go side by side out of the corner down the back straightaway. We got Jankowski now battling with Brandon Grosso, and Grosso will go by Jankowski. Not so quick. Alex fights back on the outside.
Grosso started that last row and is battling for the final redraw spot. He's all over Jankowski, and we're already halfway. 4 down and 4 to go.
Meanwhile, up front, Friesen's got a pretty good lead. Watson trying to reel him in. Now Siri is still battling it out with Danny Buck, and Jankowski still battling with Brandon Grosso.
Jordan Watson is running Stuart Friesen down. Now that he's free of the rest of the pack, he is within about 5 car lengths as they race down the backstretch, coming to 2 to go.
Yeah, Watson, who had to pull out of the Mid-Atlantic Championships after doing some damage with his modified motor, got it repaired, and he's on the gas down the straightaway, closing in now on Stuart Friesen. Will he have enough time? Only 2 laps left in heat number 2 for the Millman's Napa Modifieds.
White flag coming out for the top 2 as they race through 3 and 4. It is Alex Jankowski taking over 3rd. Tyler Siri not as schooled on this track as the rest of the drivers, has done a great job holding on to 4th. Danny Buck 5th.
Jankowski got 2 spots. He was behind both Siri and Danny Buck, but he picked up 2 positions. Checkered flag will wave. Modified heat number 2. The win will go to Stuart Friesen, followed by Watson. Jankowski will cross the line in 3rd, and 4th spot will go to Siri, followed by Danny Buck. Grabbing the win in Millman's Napa Auto Parts Modified Heat number 2, the 44 of Stuart Friesen. 1J Jordan Watson gets second with a late race move. He picks up 3rd, the 84Y Alex Jankowski. 4th, the 5-star Tyler Siri, and 5th to go to the redraw, the 6 of Danny Buck. So Millman's Napa Auto Parts Modified Heat race is complete. Next up, the Blue Hen Disposal 602 Sportsman, and this is the way they will line up heat number 1 of 3. Pole position. Driving the number 1R will be Anthony Reisner.
And lining up alongside a Reisner out of Frankfort, Delaware, driving the 52 is Jason Musser.
Anthony Reisner in the Messy Pig Barbecue number 1, by the way. Starting from 3rd spot, driving in the Belmont's Garage, Hester Chevrolet number 917. Your current point leader of Upper Makefield is Joe Toth.
And lining up alongside of Toth, outside row number 2 in the L&J sheet metal number 94, that is Jordan Justice.
Starting from 5th out of Georgetown in the Jiffy Lube Lewis, number 25, Ashley Metz.
And starting in the 6th position in the Mid-Coastal Siding, Towboat US number 39, Richie Walls Jr.
Starting from 7th spot, Grandview regular, a feature winner there this year out of Hatfield, Pennsylvania, the Armor Pest Control number 22 is Ronnie Solomon.
And alongside of Solomon out of Milford, Delaware, driving the Armstrong overhead doors number 91, Luke Bunning.
Starting from 9th spot, driving in the Peninsula Seed number 17 out of Milford will be Chris Thompson. 9 cars set to go. First of 3 heats for the Blue Hen Disposal. 602 Sportsman. Here they come. Heat number 1 underway for the Blue Hen Disposal. Sportsman out of the turn down the back straightaway. Anthony Razor's got the lead, and Joe Toth is on the hunt down the back straightaway on the outside of the 94 Jordan Justice.
Toth wasted no time. Justice, though, going right with them. They were started 3rd and 4th. They're up to 2nd and 3rd, right behind Razor. Ashley Metz in the 4th spot. Only 4 go to the redraw. Top 4 to the redraw.
4 out of the 3 heats. That'll be 12. Toth now got by Justice. He'll move in now and Razor down the back straightaway. Hot and heavy action further back in the pack now as Ashley Metz is being challenged by Richie Walls.
Reisner really getting pressure from Joe Toth as they head into turn 1. Toth goes inside all the way to the outside, trying to get his momentum as he diamonds the corner, and now he's right on Reisner's back bumper.
Down the back straightaway, good battle for that number 1 spot now between Reisner and Toth out of the turn. Toth really putting on the pressure further back. A 4-car battle for the last redraw spot. Metz, Walls, Musser, and Luke Bunting.
Ashley Metz holding on to the final redraw spot. And we got a pass for the lead. It's Joe Toth down on the bottom, and he sneaks underneath Reisner for the lead.
Joe Toth making that move, but while they're battling, here comes Jordan Justice closing in on the lead duo. Toth now in the number 1 spot. Joe Toth grabbing the lead down the back straightaway from Anthony Reisner, and Jordan Justice now closing in on Reisner. Metz now shaking off the other 3 challengers. She's solidly in 4th.
She has a pretty good cushion right now. She needs to maintain that. 3 laps to go as they work on the last lap. The battle currently for 2nd and for 5th as Justice got a nose underneath Reisner, but Reisner's up to the challenge.
Anthony Reisner into the turn. The Messy Pig Barbecue number 1 leading the 2nd place battle over Jordan Justice, the L&J sheet metal number 94. Meanwhile, Luke Bunting further back in the back, battling it out with Richie Walls and Jason Musser for positions in the top 5. Meanwhile, we'll get a white flag for Joe Toth. 1 lap to go.
White flag is out. Joe Toth puts the elbow out the window and is cruising towards a victory here as he works off at turn number 2. He is about 3/4 of a straightaway ahead of 2nd place Anthony Reisner, who holds off Justice. They continue that battle. Ashley Metz still the final transfer cars. Luke Bunting closing.
Checkered flag will wave on Joe Toth, followed by Reisner and Justice. The final redraw spot will go to Ashley Metz. She's followed across the line by Luke Bunting and Jason Musser. Heat number 1 for the Blue Hen Disposal 602 Sportsman. Your winning driver, your point leader, the 917 Joe Toth. Runner-up, the 1R Anthony Reisner. 3rd, the 94 Jordan Justice. And 4th, the 25 Ashley Metz. They will go to the redraw, followed by the 91 Luke Bunting and the 52 Jason Musser. Blue Hen Disposal 602 Sportsman Heat number 2 lining up this way. He's the number 2 man in the point standings on the pole. Out of Chalfont, Pennsylvania, the Indian River Golf Cars number 02 is Greg Hummelhans.
And alongside of Hummelhans out of Hatfield, Pennsylvania, the 21, that is Monty Poole.
Starting from position number 3 in the Davis Disposal number 9 is Greg Naylor. Greg is out of Chicotee, Virginia.
And lining up in the 4th spot from right here in Georgetown, Delaware, in the number 1, Ed Collins.
Starting from 5th out of Seaford, he is in the A&S Contractors number 37. That's Chris Tippy Martinez.
And lining up alongside of Martinez in the Scott Hitchens Enterprises, number 15 out of Frankfort, Delaware, Scotty Hitchens.
Starting from 7th position, driving out of Magnolia. He's in the next home, Heather McKinney Realty. McKinney's towing number 7, J. Ryan McKinney.
And a tough break for McKinney as he was towed off during hot laps, and he does not make the call here in this heat. Hopefully he can get it fixed for the feature. Starting scratch on the field at Seaford, Delaware in the Covey's number 21R. That is Greg Reed. Greg Reed in the 21R.
Second of 3 heat races for the Blue Hen Disposal 602 Sportsman. Their heats will be followed by the Delaware Super Truck feature and Southern Delaware Vintage feature. There will be no consolations tonight. Then we've got Modified feature, Late Model feature, Sportsman feature, Little Lincolns, and Delmarva Chargers. In that order. Here we go. Three wide down the front straightaway heading into the turn. Hot and heavy action off the corner. It will be Hummel Hans leading the way.
Heavy action in the back of the field, 3 and almost 4 wide back there as the 9 of Greg Naylor taking over second. Tippy Martinez third, and he's got Covey and Hitchens on his back bumper as they head into turn number 1.
Hummel Hans got a pretty good lead right now down the back straightaway. Naylor running in the number 2 spot. Reed is already up to third. He started last. Greg Reed now third, and a 2-car battle for fourth out of the turn.
Hitchens completes that pass on Martinez and into the 4th spot as Tippy will go after him there. Monty Poole back in 6th. It's all Hummel Hands right now as he is checking out at the front. Naylor second.
Again, the top 4 go to the redraw right now. In 4th spot is the 15 of Scotty Hitchens. Hitchens trying to reel in Greg Reed in the Covey Scar Care 21. Behind them, Martinez and Monty Poole battle for position.
Hummel Hands 3/4 of a straightaway. Then heading into turn number 3, Greg Naylor, Covey, and Hitchens right on his back bumper as they start to close up there for second spot. Working off of turn number 4, Naylor still holds the spot ahead of Reed and Hitchens.
Hummel Hans still has a big lead. Naylor still running in second spot. Reed and Hitchens right behind him. We will see Hummel Hans click off lap number 5. Hitchens still trying to move in and challenge Covey. Scar Care 21 of Greg Reed for that 3rd spot. They are both in a redraw spot. Working out of the turn. Hitchens trying to go to the inside. Can't pull off the move.
2 laps to go down the front. 2 to go. Hummel Hands a full straightaway now on Greg Naylor. Greg Reed trying to hang on to third. He's got Scott Hitchens all over him as Hitchens takes another look. Hitchens knows he's in the redraw. Every spot you advance now, you pick a little earlier. As Hummel Hands just showing the way here, and he will take the white flag easily.
Hummel Hans, the number 2 man in the Blue Hen Disposal point standings, entering the program. Hitchens going to the outside on Greg Reed into the turn, trying to pick up another spot, get a little higher up in the redraw as they battle down the back. He'll switch to the bottom. Checkered flag will wave for Greg Hummel Hans. Second spot off the turn will go to Greg Naylor. Hitchens made an outside-inside move. He'll pick up 3rd spot ahead of Greg Reed. Martinez and Poole complete the top 6. Heat number 3, and make that heat number 2 for the Blue Hen Disposal 602 Sportsman. Your winning driver, the 02 Greg Hummel Hans. Runner up to the 9 Greg Naylor. 3rd will be the 15H Scotty Hitchens, and boy, he worked for that one. And 4th to 21 Monty Poole. They go to the redraw. Yes, I'm sorry. Greg Reed was 4th. Thank you. Wrong 21. Greg Reed was 4th in the 21. They go to the redraw. Then the 37 Tippy Martinez, and 5th and 6th was the 21 of Monty Poole. So Hummel Hans, Naylor, Hitchens, and Reed go to the redraw. Heat 3 lining up this way. The Rent-A-Quit Party Central 97 out of Frankfort, Delaware. Matt Smith will start on the pole.
And alongside of Matt, driving out of Bishopville, Maryland, and the number 23 Devin Dotson.
3rd spot, the Millman's Napa Auto Parts Easy Work Trucks number 7, Jared Millman, will start third.
And starting alongside of Millman, driving that yellow number 18 out of Millsboro, Delaware, Jeff Marker.
Starting from 5th, driving out of Boyertown, he is in the Pioneer Pole Building, Springfield Meets number 117, Jesse Herthler.
And scheduled to start 8th, although I don't see him out there in the K39, would be Caleb Steele.
7th starting position, driving the Tractor Supply number 302 out of Seaford is Art Workman.
And then it's the J&J Handyman number 94J, one of the faster cars in hot laps. That is Del Mar's Jacob King. He'll start at the back of the field. As Jeff mentioned earlier, King with a great run here at the Mid-Atlantic State Championships 2 weeks ago. All right, Matt Smith, field bunched up 2 by 2, racing.
Heat race number 3 for the Blue Hen Disposal Sportsman, taking the green, heading down the back straightaway. We got a side-by-side battle now into the turn for the number 1 spot.
Matty Smith on the bottom, Devin Dotson on the outside. They continue to go side by side, drag racing all the way around the speedway. Smith gets a good bite through 1 and 2. He'll put himself 1 car length in front of Dotson. Is Jesse Herthler on the move. He's up to 3rd.
Jesse Herthler moving up through the pack. He started back in 5th. He's up to 3rd. Battle for the last redraw spot off the corner. That right now is being held by Jacob King. Jacob King starting last. He's up to 4th. He definitely learned some good techniques as far as car setup from that Mid-Atlantic Championship when he won his heat and finished 2nd. He's transferred that here today once again.
Now they settle in their positions right now. Matt Smith leading the way as he pulls away from Dotson. Dotson about 5 car lengths behind him. Jesse Herthler closing in. The driver on the move, as Jeff said, was Jacob King. King has closed in within 3 car lengths of Herthler and will look to close up more here in 3 and 4.
Matt Smith shaking off the early challenges of Devin Dotson. Smith now with a pretty healthy lead, setting the pace out in front. Dotson now in the number 2 spot. Herthler and then King racing in the top 4 redraw spots right now. Then Jared Millman, Art Workman next in line, and Jeff Marker.
Dotson, Herthler, and King running 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are starting to close up here. We'll see if we get a battle going for 2nd before the end of this one. We still have 3 laps remaining as Matt Smith slowly just pulling away. He is about 12 car lengths out clear of the field as he works through 3 and 4. Here's the 2 to go sign.
2 laps to go right now for Matt Smith. Smith with a comfortable lead, looking for his first heat win here at Georgetown this season. Heading out of the turn down the back straightaway, Dotson, Herthler, and King all getting tighter and tighter together down the back straightaway. They all are in a redraw position.
White flag being displayed for Matt Smith as Smith takes it down into turn number 1. But Herthler and King have closed in on Dotson. All 3 of them, as predicted a couple of laps ago, right together. And Herthler trying to mount a challenge here. He will draft Dotson going into turn number 3.
Checkered flag will wave. Blue Hen Disposal Sportsman Heat 3. Matt Smith will take home the win. Race off the line for 2nd will be Dotson over Herthler, then King, followed by Millman and Workman. Heat 3 for the Blue Hen Disposal Sportsman. The winner, the 97 of Matt Smith. Runner-up, the 23 Devin Dotson. 3rd, the 117 Jesse Herthler. And 4th, after starting last, the 94 J Jacob King. They go to the redraw, followed by the 7 of Jared Millman and the 302 of Art Workman. So Blue Hen Disposal Sportsman qualifying is completed. Joe Toth gets his 3rd heat win of the year. Greg Homelhans his 4th heat win of the year. And Matt Smith picks up his 1st heat win of the year. He's the 17th different driver to win a Sportsman heat here at Georgetown this season.